So good morning once again everyone and welcome back to your biology practical class. So today we will be going to know about osmosis. So what is our today's topic? You can see it is already written on the board. So what is today's topic? Today's topic is to study of osmosis by potato osmometer. So before knowing that process, yeah, obviously I will be uploading this video on the YouTube. Okay, as there is an issue, that is why the last video is still now not uploaded, but I will try my best to upload both the videos today. Okay, so what I was telling to you, that today's topic is study of osmosis by potato osmometer. So here you are getting some new terms, though I know that these are not new for you because you have read all these parts in your theory portion, right? Ma'am has taught you that what is osmosis, what is happening at the time of the osmosis. We will just revise all those parts and we will do it by our own hand. So this is our today's topic. So what are the new terms you are getting? That is osmosis and osmometer. Do you know what is osmometer? Anyone? Can you tell me what is the meaning of the osmometer? Anyone? Let me see. Potato osmometer. So what is the meaning of that osmometer and on which purpose this osmometer can be used? Tell me. It's very easy. From the name you can say. No one? Okay, someone is typing. Let me wait. Measuring osmotic pressure. Okay, very good. So for measuring the osmosis, we will be using potato that will help us to measure osmosis, right? So for this particular practical, we need some requirements for measuring. Yeah, right. So we need some requirements, and what will be the procedure? I will be telling you one by one. Before that, you should know what is osmosis, what are the conditions when osmosis will be taking place, why a cell is performing this osmosis, everything. Okay, so you can see already I have written on the board. So what is osmosis? You can see the definition of the osmosis is already written on the board. The process in which solvent molecules moves through a semi-permeable membrane from a region of higher concentration. So I have written CONC dot, that means it is the salt concentration, to a region of lower concentration until it reaches equilibrium. This portion is very important, okay, because it needs to be reached in equilibrium. Then question may be asked that up to when osmosis will take place. So your answer will be up to when, that means when it will reach to the equilibrium point, then osmosis will be stopped. So what you have seen, I am repeating the definition what I have written on the board. The process in which solvent molecules moves through a semi-permeable membrane from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration until it reaches equilibrium. Now here I have used some new terms that are solvent. So what are the meaning of solvent, solute and solution? Suppose I am giving you a mixture of sugar and water. So what I am going to mix? I am going to mix sugar within the water. So sugar is the solute. Sugar is the solute molecule and the water is the solvent. And after mixing the sugar, that means solute, within the solvent, what we will be getting? We will be getting the solution. So you can see that I have written solute plus solvent is equal to solution. Okay. So by this, by taking different examples, you can understand that which one is the solute and which one is the solvent, because these two will be playing important role in the case of osmosis. So I have written already what is the definition of solvent: the fluid that pass through semi-permeable membrane. The fluid that pass through the semi-permeable membrane. So this is the another important part of the osmosis. This is the semi-permeable membrane. So for osmosis, you must need a semi-permeable membrane. Without semi-permeable membrane, osmosis will not be there. Okay. Now what is solute? The dissolved substance in the fluid. Sugar. You are dissolving the sugar in the water. So we can say that sugar is the solute substance and water is the solvent substance. Now I have drawn one diagram. What is there? That is, you can see a beaker. You can see a beaker, and I have drawn some molecules. So these molecules are water molecules, and the large sized molecules are sugar molecules. Okay, just imagine that in the middle there is a semi-permeable membrane. You can see that I have marked one semi-permeable membrane. So before that, can you tell me what is the meaning of semi-permeable membrane? Tell me what is the meaning of, I know that all of you have read all this in your theory portion. Board is not clear. So, but from my side I can see that it is clear. Those who are having issues, please reconnect, rejoin the call. I think your problem will get resolved. Now is it clear? Now is it clear? Ovik, don't record the call. Okay, then let me check. Which portion you can't see? Now can you see it? Please let me know if you can see. A membrane that permits certain substances to pass through it, while prevents some substances to pass through. Very good. Which allows selective substances to pass through. Very good. So your answers are right. Your answers are right. Okay. Yeah, I will be uploading the video. Okay, I will be uploading the video. Nothing to worry. Or let me take a picture after the class. I will be sending you the picture. Okay. Now listen carefully. After the class, I will be sending you the picture of the board. Will it be okay with you? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so semi-permeable membrane. That means it will allow something to pass, not everything. That is why we are calling it. If it passes everything, then we are calling it permeable membrane. If it don't pass, then non-permeable membrane. Semi means in between them, right? Practical. This is the practical. So you know that what is semi-permeable membrane. Now come to the diagram. So what I was telling to you, that some dot molecules are there. These are the water molecules, and you can see some small round shaped structures are there. These are the sugar molecules. Okay, so some dot 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 structures are there, which are what molecules? Water molecules, and that small round structures are, what are they? Tell me. First you need to identify these two structures. First one, you can see that these dot 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 structures, these structures, these type of structures, and another these type of structures I have drawn in the beaker. So that small dots are water molecules, and that one is the sugar molecules. Student, just a minute, okay? Students, can you hear me properly right now? Okay, so what I was telling you, that you can see that in between the beaker I have drawn a semi-permeable membrane, and on the left side the concentration of the sugar solution is more, and on the right side I have kept dilute sugar solution. Now can you tell me that movement or the osmosis will be taking place from which region or which direction? If I mark it as A and if I mark it as this portion B, then can you tell me that from which portion to which portion the movement of that movement will be taking place, from A to B or B to A? From A to B or B to A? A to B. Very good. Very good. So the movement of that will be taking place A to B. Why? Because you can see that the movement of that particular osmosis will be from hypertonic solution to hypotonic solution. So on side A, the solution is hypertonic, that means concentration of the sugar is high, and on the B side the concentration of the sugar is low. So this one is the hypotonic. So always it will be hypertonic to hypotonic. Okay. Now one more thing you need to know, that for the previous one there are less water molecules and more sugar molecules, but on the right side there are less sugar molecules and more water molecules. So what you will be getting? You will be getting that the concentration of the sugar, that means the free molecules, will be there less in that case. Okay, so that is why movement of this is taking place. So this is the basic idea of the osmosis you need to know. Clear? Now what are the different type of the solution can be there, and what will be their function? So why osmosis is important? Why osmosis is important? If I ask you this question, ma'am, in the left side of diagram, what you have given? Yeah. Water molecule, concentrated sugar solution, sugar molecule, semi-permeable membrane, this one, and dilute sugar solution. Okay, so now let me tell you the importance of the osmosis. So osmosis plays a critical role in plant and animal cell. Why? Because it helps in the distribution of the nutrients and the distribution and release of the waste products, because the living cells of both plants and animals are surrounded by a semi-permeable membrane. You know that plant and animal cells are surrounded by a semi-permeable membrane, which is called a cell membrane, and this cell membrane forms a selective barrier between the cell and its environment, and does not allow any toxic substances to enter into the cell. And the selective permeability allows the cell to regulate the flow of necessary substances into and out of the cell. Okay, into and out of the cell. And in plants, osmosis is also responsible for the absorption of the water and minerals by the process of the osmosis. So these are the main importance of the osmosis, and that is the reason we are going to study about this osmosis. Clear? Now, what are the different solutions we can find? According to that, three types of the solution we can find: hypotonic, hypertonic, isotonic. Okay, so what is the meaning of the hypotonic? Solution with low solute levels, where solute levels will be less, and if it is high, that means if solute level is high, then this solution is called as hypertonic. But if it is same in both the cases, then it will be called as isotonic. Okay, so hypotonic means that where the concentration, solute concentration is low. Hyper means if solute concentration is high. Now what will happen if you place a cell in a hypertonic solution or hypotonic solution or isotonic solution? Let me tell you. So this is the first case. I have drawn a plant cell and we are keeping it in a hypertonic solution. Hypertonic solution, that means the outside environment of the cell is hypertonic. That means the sugar or solute concentration is high than outside the cell than inside. So what will happen? In this particular case, water will be moving out from the cell. Water will be moving out from the cell, and this cell will be called as plasmolyzed, and the condition will be called as plasmolysis. And the next one, if you keep it in the isotonic solution, that means the concentration of the solute is same outside and inside of the cell. So there will be a inward movement and outer movement, and ultimately it will be as it is. It will be in flaccid condition. Now the last one, if you keep a cell in a hypotonic solution, that means outside of the cell there will be less solute concentration. So what will happen? The water will move into the cell because concentration inside the cell is high, and the cell will swell up, and we will call it turgid. Okay, so these are the three conditions whenever you will be going to keep a cell inside the hypotonic, hypertonic and isotonic solution. Okay, so these are the basic parts of the osmosis you should know before starting the practical. Now we will be entering into our main practical. So what is the name or aim of the practical? Study of osmosis by potato osmometer. Now what will be the requirements for this particular practical? Now I will be showing you one by one. Let me move the camera, and then I will be explaining the full experiment. To mention two more terms, that is ex-osmosis and end-osmosis. So here in these previous cases, what you have seen, that when water moves into the cell, this will be called as end-osmosis, and when it will be coming out of the cell, it will be called as ex-osmosis. Okay, so the phenomenon of the osmosis can be described by the osmometer. And osmometer is a device which shows osmosis. Osmometer is a device which shows osmosis. Okay, now I will be showing you that all those requirements of this particular practical. Just a minute. A to B. From A to B. Okay, so now what will be the requirements for this particular practical? So first one already written, potato. So potato will be required for this particular experiment. Then a knife. So I have taken a scalpel and 10 to 20% sugar solution. 10 to 20% sugar solution. We can make this sugar solution by adding sucrose and water. And what is this? This is called as Petri dish. Petri dish, and we need some beaker, water and pins. Okay, so these are the requirements of this practical. Now let me bring a beaker full of water. Okay. Sugar solution and beaker full of water. Okay, so these are the requirements for this particular practical. Now next is the procedure, how you have to perform this practical. So first one, you need to peel off this outer skin of the potato. Okay, now I am giving it to ma'am to peel it, and after peeling it I will be showing it to you. So first what we need to do, that we need to peel off the outer skin of the potato. Okay, then we need to cut this portion to make it flat. Then we need to cut this portion to make it flat so that we can keep it like this. So we can keep the potato on the petri dish like this. Okay. Now after that we need to cut the potato at the middle. We need to cut the potato at the middle. Okay. Now after that we need to peel off the inner portion of the potato, and we need to make a very thin membrane. And after that, after making it very thin membrane, that means this one will be acting as semi-permeable membrane. How you can do it? I will be showing it. First let me tell you in short, and after that we need to keep the potato, and there will be a cavity after scooping out the inner portion. So we will be putting 10 to 20% sugar solution, and we will mark the level of the sugar solution with the help of the pin. Okay, and this one will act as the osmometer. This one will act as the osmometer, and we will keep water outside that potato. And after some times we will see that there will be rise in the water level, because water will be inserted from the outer side to its inner side. Okay, that means this is the, and after that what is your final result, you need to mark with another pin. So this is the main procedure of this practical, and what will be the observation and result, that the level of the sugar in the potato cavity rises sometime due to the entering of the water into the sugar solution through the selectively permeable membrane by the process of the osmosis. Okay, now I will be showing you, and then I will be showing you one diagram also which you need to draw in your copy. Okay, so look, peeling part is done. Peeling part is done. So next what we need to do, Everyone check it. Look what we have made. We have made a flat base so that we can keep it here properly. So why I am using 2? Because you know, for any experiment we need to maintain a control setup. Okay, so one will be for our control setup and another will be for our experiment. So now next step what I am going to do, everyone please follow properly. like this you have to make. So you can see, but you are thinking that ma'am, up to when we need to do this one. So you need to make this membrane very thin. You need to, yeah, potato bowl. You need to make this membrane very thin. As we are not having enough time, that is why I have made it like this. But for your examination, you will be making it more thin. You need to make it more thin, and you need to check there will be no cut on the outer membrane. If it is there, then the water will enter through this cut automatically. So your practical will be wrong. So you need to keep the outer portion intact. You need to keep this outer portion intact, and you will be able to see, if you check it like this, then you will be able to see that light can pass through it. Light can pass through it. So when you will see that yes, light can pass and any cut is not there on this membrane, then you can think that yes, my peeling part is done. So you need to scoop it out, the inner portion of the potato. You need to make it like a potato bowl, and you need to make this membrane very thin. You need to make this membrane very thin, because you know that with thick membrane this osmosis process will not be taking place properly. So who will be able to make it more thin? His or her practical will be more good. Okay, so you can try it at your home also. Take potato from your mother and take a knife, and you can try to peel this out, so that at your examination day you can do it properly. So what you need to check, any cut will not be there on the outer membrane, and peel it or scoop it out up to when you can see the light is passing through it. That means you need to make a very thin membrane without any cut. Clear? So two are there. One we are going to keep it for the control, and another is our experiment setup. So next what we are going to do, now we will be going to add some sugar solution inside that potato, like this, and we will check the water level, we will check that solution level, and we will mark it by the pin. And before that we will be adding some water also on the outer side of that potato. Now let me show you. So you can see that the outer side of the potato water is there, and the inner portion of the potato, the well of the potato, I have added some amount of sugar solution and marked the level with a pin. Why? Because when water will enter into the potato through this semi-permeable membrane which we have made, the level of the rise in the sugar solution will be there. So this is the initial level, and after half an hour or 1 hour there will be rise in the level, and you need to mark it with another pin, and this one will be your final level. Okay, so this is all about this practical. Now sometimes what we are doing for you, sometimes we are adding some color on this water. Can you tell me why? Why we can add some color on the water? because it will help you to see the rise in the water level in the sugar level, water level in the sugar solution. Why? Because if we add some color on the water, this water will enter through this membrane and you will be able to see that the inner sugar solution will be this showing this type of color, and you will be sure that your experiment is done successfully. Clear? Yeah, right. So what we are going to do, sugar solution inside the potato and normal water outside the potato, that means in the beaker. So this is all about this practical. Now let me tell you the conclusion of this practical. So what will you going to conclude from this practical? And let me show you the diagram also. Let me show you the diagram also. So the movement of the water will be taking place from the outside of the petri dish to the inside, because we have kept different sugar solution. We have kept sugar solution inside the cavity of the potato and water in the petri dish, and the outside of the this potato is working as the cell membrane, and it is always, you know, that it is selectively permeable. That is why we are using it as the selectively permeable membrane. Now whenever I was showing you the practical, I have mentioned that what are the precautions you should take when you are performing this practical. So first one, the cavity should be deep enough to keep only a thin layer of tissue at the base, and you should take medium sized potato. You should take, don't short sized potato and large sized potato. It will be better if you take medium sized of the potato. Okay, and the lower end of the potato always should be flat, so that you can keep the potato on the petri dish in stable condition. Okay, and the sugar solution should be sufficiently high osmotic concentration as compared to the cell sap of the potato cells. Okay, so these are the precautions you should take whenever you are performing this practical. Now let me ask you one more thing, that we have performed this potato, we have performed this practical with this type of potato. Now if I boil this potato, then can you perform this experiment with the boiled potato or not? Can you tell me? Anyone is having any idea? Can you perform this same practical with the boiled potato? You are saying no. Why no? Now I need the explanation. Why no? Why no? Why we can't perform this practical with boiled potato? Anyone? Because during boiling already water will enter. No, this is not the proper explanation. Anyone else? Because the cells are dead. Very good. So we need some living cells so that they can show this semi-permeable nature. But if you boil it, the cells will be dead. Okay, the cells will be killed by the boiling. So this osmosis cannot be taking place by the boiled potato. So in your Viva, this type of questions can be asked, as why you can't perform this practical with the boiled potato. Now let me show you the picture. As there is no space on the board, so I am showing you from the book. You can see that there is a picture, right? So in this picture you need to draw on the left side of your page where you will be going to write down the procedure. So here you can see that two pins are there. One is showing the initial level and another one is showing the final level, and how we have added the sugar solution inside the potato and water outside the potato in the petri dish. Clear? So this is all about this practical, that is study of osmosis by potato osmometer. And what I have told you, you can practice it at your home, because all these materials are available at your home. You can make sugar solution, pin is available, potato is available, knife is available, water is available. Instead of taking petri dish, you can take any the small size dish. Clear? So everyone, have you got it? Have you got it that how you need to perform this practical? Yeah. And write this practical from your laboratory book. And I am retelling you repeatedly, don't mark all those experiments as experiment 1, experiment 2, experiment 3, okay? Because after showing all those experiments, I will be telling you the sequence, and after that, please mark it. Clear? In the control setup, okay, I forgot to mention that in the control setup, what I have kept. In the control setup, instead of providing the sugar solution in the well of the potato, I have given water in both the cases. That means both outside and inside of the potato, you need to keep water, normal water. No sugar solution you will be providing, so that what will be there? No inward and outward movement will be there. So no osmosis, that means no rise in the water level you will be able to find. Clear everyone? So now you know about what is osmosis, what is osmometer, definition of osmosis, and let me tell you one more thing. I need to check, okay? I need to check and let you know. No need of drawing this control setup, because this is for your knowing the practical only. Okay, write whatever is written there. Just write only that part. Clear? So I wanted to say you something, that here this term osmosis can be defined by many ways. Like, you are going to use which term? You are going to use the term solvent, you will get different definition. If you are going to term the solute concentration, you will get the different definition. Or if you want to explain it with the solution, then you will be getting a different definition. So be careful that whenever you are going to say the definition of the osmosis, which parameter you are going to use. Okay, because sometimes always it will not be high to low, because there will be some changes. You can see that from this condition also. So it is totally dependent on the free molecules. Free molecules, what is present or on which side it is present. Clear everyone? So now this is all about for this practical. Practice it at your home. If you face any problem, I will be helping you in your next class. Okay, so any question from your side? Yeah, you can start writing, but don't mark the experiments. Clear everyone? Okay, so I will provide you most probably after the puja vacation, that means after the Lakshmi Puja. Okay, so I am finishing my class here. Thank you and bye bye for today, and see you in the next class. Yeah, I am sending. Yeah, both for projects and practicals. Yes, welcome. So what I was telling it to you, that the previous diagram was wrong. So I have corrected it. So now the movement will be from B to A. Why? Because in this particular diagram, what I have drawn, that here the water molecules, the number of the water molecule is more than this A side. Why? Because this one is the concentrated sugar solution and this one is the dilute sugar solution. And what you have written, that movement of the solvent molecule will be through a semi-permeable membrane from a region of its higher concentration to its lower concentration. So here in this diagram you can see that water molecule is higher, so movement will be from B to A, not A to B. But in the previous diagram, by mistake I have drawn it A to B, but after showing you all the practicals, when I have looked on the board, that time I have noticed. So Everyone, please, whatever I will be telling you, that time if you are thinking that it may be something else, then you should tell. You didn't tell me anything about this one. Why I need to check? You should tell me right now that ma'am, is it okay, or please check because we are getting it something else. Clear everyone? Now it is clear to you. It is related with the definition or not? Please let me know. Have you got the mistake? What was there in the previous diagram? Yes or no? Can't you hear me properly? If you can hear me, please have a reply. Have you got it? Okay, okay. Thank you, everyone.